Hello, my name is Sasa, and today I will show you how to make a character in Roblox Studio. Well, in this episode I will show you how to export your model from Blender and then how to import it into Roblox Studio, and also basic tips about how to rig or make the skeleton for your character in order to animate the custom character in Roblox Studio. Well, the first thing is that I have my model here. There are some things that you need to take into consideration. For example, the first thing is that you need to have your parts separated where they have to be separated. For example, here I have the upper arm, the lower arm, and then I have the hand. So I have this. Now this torso with some pieces together. In the head, this part is just the mouth. This is going to be independent and it will move. And this is the head. I just joined these parts, okay? So the idea is to have the parts the way you want. So try to not have, because sometimes we mirror this when we are modeling, we have these parts in the same object, and this is not going to work in Roblox Studio because you will have these things together and you cannot separate them in Roblox Studio. Well, so let's start. You have your model. You select all your model, all your pieces of your model, and then you just go to File, then you just choose Export, and then instead of OBJ, we are going to select FBX, and then you just write the name. For example, Monty, Chibi Monty, this is going to be Chibi Monty, and then you just select the objects, auto, you change it to copy, and then in the scale, because it's an FBX, we are going to set something like 0.015, and then we are going to select this here in Roblox Studio. First we are going to publish the game, so you can select here and publicar in Roblox or publish in Roblox. You click publish, and then after you do that, you go to this option to view, and then select this one, the resources manager, and you will have this thing. Now in this thing you will see something like this, and you just select this icon to import. You select the file, in this case Chibi Monty. Select open, apply, and then you wait for all the pieces of your model to be imported into Roblox Studio. Okay, after the process is done, you can close this window, and then you just select here the ones that just appear here and recently added. You select from the first one, press Shift and hold Shift. Select the last part, and then over here with the right mouse click button, you select Insert with Location. Click, and you just wait some time. Okay, now when it's there, your model, it will be in the center. You can just press in here, here in Model, Group. Okay, you can group it. And then you have it in a model. You can rename the model to Chibi Monty, and then you just can move it as any other thing. Then you just place it next to a model that you have, just to have the right reference for the size. Let me check that it's not floating. So if you check, for me it's the right size. I want it to be a little bit taller than my other models, and it's ready. Now the next part before you rig your character in Roblox Studio that I strongly suggest for you to do, it is let me close this thing. What we are going to do in this case, it is to rename all the parts in the Explorer. Okay, so this is extremely important. So if you don't know what the names are, well, you can use the names as in a normal character. You just press here in the rig constructor. Here you create a rig R15, for example mine is R15, and you can change the names. Okay, you can check the names, left foot, left hand, the same structure like in this part. Obviously there are parts that are not in this model, for example the guitar, the tail, but well, just try to keep this basic structure of this model. Okay, I'm going to start renaming. I'm going to start renaming little one by one. Okay, so that's it. You just place here and then you start renaming. For example, in this case, this piece, this is the right, for the character is the right upper arm, and that's it. And then I continue with this renaming and renaming. Oh. Okay, something that it's important, for example, check the naming here that I put. So it is right foot and it seems okay, but if you check, I just write the I in capital, so this is not correct. So be careful with the names, if not, it's not going to work really well. Well, it will work, but if you want to export some other animations from Roblox, it won't work. So please make sure that you have everything in the same way as the dummy. Let's continue. Okay, well, after you have done this thing, I have my model with the proper names. Well, I guess maybe let's see that we don't have any capital I, because I sometimes write, so I guess that's okay. Well, lower torso, the first is capital L and no lowercase, and that's it. That's important to have it. Okay, so well, we have this, and now it's time to rig the model. To rig the model, you can use RigEdit. RigEdit, it's a plugin to rig or make the skeleton for your model. So I will explain you just very fast how to work with this. So to understand this, imagine that when you see the arm, the upper arm, it will be connected to the lower arm. So this is the principal part, the 1 or the part 0, and this is the part 1. Now, what happens when you want to join the hand? Well, in this case, the part 0, it will be the lower arm, and then the part 1 will be here, this hand. So this is important. So this is the first part. Now, if I want to connect the arms to the upper chest or the upper torso, I select the torso and then I select the first, the arm. First the torso and then the arm, and then it will connect. So we are going to use the Pro version, but well, it is almost the same, but you can select here in the screen, not only here. Well, so as I was telling you, for example, here we have first the upper arm. Let's start joining the arms. First, this arm is part 0. If you check here, we have here, this is the first part that we selected, part 0, and then we select the other one, pressing shift, and then you have part 0 and part 1. Then we create joint. In this case, we need a joint because they will move. I create here joint, and then you have a joint over there. Now I remove this one, and then I put like lower value like 0.01 in order to move these handles to control the joint where the joint should be. In this case, the part that connects, if you check your arm, that connects your upper arm with your lower arm is the elbow. So let's imagine that the elbow is in here where I put this spring. I guess that's okay, and that's okay. Now let's connect now the lower. Okay, I'm going to connect the lower left lower arm. It's here with the left hand. I just press Ctrl and then I select both. Then I just create joint. Now the thing that connects your lower arm with your hand, it is the wrist in your body. So it is almost the same. Try to imagine where the wrist is. So from both, from all the views that you can, okay, and then you just have there. So in this case, it will move from there. Now to connect, we have this arm connected. but it is not connected to the torso. So to connect to the torso, we select the upper torso, and then pressing Ctrl, we are going to connect this to the arm, in this case to the left upper arm. We find the left upper arm in here, and then we press join. Now this is for the thing that connects the upper torso in your body with your arm. It is the shoulder. So try to think where your shoulder is for your character, and that's it. So for example, I have there some like things, so I'm going to move it in here because it's like a robot or something. Now this arm is connected to the body. Now what happened here? I have another part that I need to connect. I have these pauldrons, or I don't know, these things that you cover to cover your shoulders. So they are just like, they will be like connected to the upper torso. They won't move. So what can I do? I don't need to create a joint. I just need to weld. So it's pretty easy. I select the upper torso, that is the principal part, and then I select these things in the shoulders. I press Ctrl, and then I create weld. And then you see a square. The square, it doesn't need to be moved, okay? So you don't need to move the square because it's not important. You just leave it there, and it's just now welded to the upper torso. Now, I will show you one part more. That is the head. I have the head, and I have two parts. I have the jaw and the upper part of the mouth, okay? So they will move. And then also I have the head. The head will be the main part, okay? That will be connected to the upper torso. I select the upper torso, and then I select the head. A joint because we need to connect them. The thing that connects the upper torso with the head, it's called the neck. So let's suppose that we don't have a neck, but let's think where a little neck should be, okay? Or might be. So I guess in this case, this is the thing. And this, from this point, our head will rotate. So I guess that's okay over there. And that's it. Now, I have my head. My head now needs to be connected to these two parts. So if I want to open my mouth from this thing, it will be a joint. If I just want it to be static, I will weld it. But I don't know. I guess I want to move both parts of the mouth. So I select the head, and then I select the mouth. That is the upper part. And then I just create a joint. And now I think where this thing should rotate. So I check, I move it over here and then backwards, and probably from there. Then I select the head again, and then I select the jaw. Oh, head, jaw, and I create another joint. Now the point where the joint, the jaw and the upper part of the mouth rotate, they will be almost like the same. I will keep it like that, and that's it. Now both of them are connected to the heads. If I move the head will move both of these parts. Now the head, the hair, it doesn't matter because it's part of the head. Also the glasses. So now let's go and let's finish the model. Okay, so I will do the same for now for the legs. I will show you what to do with the legs. In my case, I have an upper torso and a lower torso because it's an R15 model. So now, in order to connect this thing, I will select first the lower torso, and then I will connect this to the leg, okay, to the upper leg. I press, in this case, because I have the Pro version, here in the screen. But also you can do it in here, in the Explorer. You select lower torso, and then you just select the right upper leg. I select here with Control, and then I just press create joint. Then I move this part, okay, that it's going to connect the lower torso to the leg. That's it. Okay, so that's more or less over there. and then I will do the same for the next part. I select the upper leg and then the lower leg, and then I create joint. Then where is my knee? I try to locate my knee, so I put it over there, more or less in the where the spring is, and that's it. Now I made a mistake here, and I have this part that this like kind of cylinder or something. Let me show you this ankle, and this should be part of the model, but well, I made a mistake and I didn't join it, but no problem. We just connect this one because I want to have it just like welded to this, and then I select this extra part that I made and just press create weld, and now it's welded. Now I select this part, and then it's going to be connected to the right foot. I create joint because this is a joint, and then I place this where my ankle should be. In this case, where I put this cylinder. That's it. That will fix the problem. Now we have this connected, and then I will connect now both parts. You can continue and you can pause the video and try to do it by yourself. Okay, and then I will pause my video and I will do it. Okay, because I think it's not necessary to repeat the steps for you. The other thing that I need to connect is the tail. So the tail will be connected to this lower torso. I select first the lower torso, then the tail, and then I create a joint because I want to move it a little bit. Then I move it to the part where this thing should rotate. This is very important, guys, because if not, it's very difficult to animate things if you don't have very well placed the rotation points. Okay, that's it. Let's pause the video and I will be back when I finish the rigging. Okay, well, after you finish to rig everything, you must have something like this. So if you check here, we have like the basic skeleton. These are the joints. So more or less it looks the same. Okay, I guess it's okay. Also we have a joint for the tail, and I am missing just the guitar. I'm not sure if the guitar it will be like something like movable or not. I guess I will keep it movable, or yeah, why not? I will just create a joint, and I put this joint here in the center of the guitar. Yeah, that's okay. So maybe I'm just going to move it just to animate this thing, but not very much, okay? Not as a weapon or something. So when you have your model, the next step, it's very important when you create your character in Roblox Studio. First, you need to add a humanoid here in the Explorer. After you have the humanoid, depending on your model, you can set R6 or R15. In my case, it's an R15. Now you can set some other properties, but then we leave these properties for later. Also, we need to create a humanoid root part. This is created just by adding a part inside the model. So you create a part, and then just look for this part, and you rename this part as humanoid root part. Humanoid root part. It is a simple base part or part, and then we are going to scale this part. We disable collisions. We just put it over here, put it over here, put it over here. We try to cover the torso and just covering a little bit the legs, and that's it. Not sure if this is the proper size or not, but for me works well. So here, probably a little bit down, and I have my humanoid root part. This is going to be the main part of my character. Okay, so I select the model, and then I just select here which is the let me just look for this, the primary part. This is the primary part, the humanoid root part. I select here the humanoid root part, and that's it. And now I can make it invisible. Humanoid root part invisible. So we change the property for this visible or transparency or whatever to 1. Now we need to use again RigEdit just to make sure that, for example, if you have an R15, you select the lower torso to the first the humanoid and then the lower torso. But if it's an R6, you have to do it with the torso. Okay, well, I select the humanoid root part and then my lower torso. That for me, that's my main part, and I create a joint, and that's all. You don't need to place it and anything, okay? So it is ready. Now to test that if your model is working in Roblox Studio, you click here in plugins, then you go for the animation editor. In Roblox, you click your model. If you don't have any error here, that's okay. Then you write just here, for example, Monty test. That's it. So then we try to check some of these joints. Let's disable this. And we check. Check. We have an error over here. So if you have an error, that's perfect. Okay, so this is the moment to correct these things. So it is with this, with the upper torso. So we check the upper torso. We have the guitar, the head, the left, the poltrons, the right upper. It looks okay. Now, what about my lower torso? My lower torso, it has the, yes. I need to connect the lower torso to the upper torso. So that's the thing that we need to fix. So I select lower torso and then upper torso. And then, obviously I need to enable my program. My RigEdit. Okay, we select the upper torso. No, first the lower torso. I'm sorry, lower torso, upper torso. Create joint, and this we have to move it where the waist is. Okay, so let's just move it over here. Let me check if I am selecting this. Yes, it's here. Then we move this to 0.01 again. And then I put it over here, so it's going to like bend from here. Then we just go out from this plugin. Then we return to animation editor, and then we check what we have. We destroy everything. Let's see what we have. Probably we have more errors. We need to check. We need to test. So this is okay. Torso, it's okay. Head, let's check the head. Head, it's okay, I guess. Head, it's okay. What about the mouth? We have this one. Then we have this one. Yeah, it's okay. No teeth. Okay, and then let's see the arms. That's okay. And this one, let me just get closer. This is very cool. Then I go for my other one, for my other part. I rotate this, I rotate this one. That's okay. What about the hands? Not sure about the hands. Let me see. If you don't see your hands or you cannot touch your hands, you can just check in here. Well, we don't have any of these things. This is for the mother thing. Let me check. Where is my... I was talking about hand, right? My right hand. So here I have my hands. Right hand. Move. Yes, right hand, it's working. Okay. What about the legs? Need to check the legs. Then we need to check the lower leg also. Sometimes you cannot touch in here, so well, let me check if this is, yes, it's working properly. What about the feet? Yes, it's okay. The other side, I guess, is the same. And this model is ready to be animated. So I'm going to take one animation from Roblox. I'm going to eliminate this one. And I'm going to try some of the animations from my last character. I guess it was Chibi Bunny, I guess. So let's see if we have like walk. Probably it's going to look funny, but it will give us an idea. Yes, it's working. So yeah, So this is Chibi Bunny, but this is not for him. And that's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more tutorials, please leave a comment or like the video, and also subscribe. My name is Asa. I will see you next time.